I cannot stop watching the news right now. It's horrible. I'm getting in Twitter fights with people because I'm saying you shouldn't kill kids, and they think that I'm saying that this means that I'm pro Palestine and against Israel, which is pretty fucked up. Because I just think in general, 100% of the time, you should have a don't kill kids policy in your life. That should just be something that a basic sort of rule that you follow no matter what. No matter what. Just don't kill kids. Like when you're on this planet and you're wandering around and doing whatever it is that you do, whether that's you're a janitor or you work at a McDonald's or you run a country, you should make it a rule for yourself and everyone you know that you don't kill kids with bombs, that you don't explode them, turn them into hamburger meat, that you don't drop white phosphorus on them, igniting them, and if not igniting them, then causing them to later get cancer from the depleted uranium in the shit that you're dropping. You just don't do that. Like when you're planning your day out, make sure that if on that list you've written drop depleted uranium on a city where there are children that might get burnt to death, just mark that off the list and then do everything else. But just don't kill kids. It's for some people, it seems like it's hard to not kill kids. For example, if you're a Ukrainian Russian separatist who has access to a highly advanced missile system, then for you, I guess, it was hard to not kill kids because you had to put in the code or squeeze the trigger or do whatever you did that activated the missile that went flying into the sky and blew up an airplane, thus killing a bunch of kids. You, whoever did that out there, were not successful in avoiding killing kids in your life. So for the rest of your life, you're a child murderer. You get to go around thinking about the fact that you blew an entire airplane out of the sky and caused human beings to rain down on the ground. And of those human beings raining down on the ground, some of them were kids. You're a child murderer. If you are somebody who is in Hamas, the Palestinian anti-Israel militant organization, and you have convince someone you know to strap bombs to their body and they've gone to a cafe and blown up a bunch of kids, well, you're a child murderer. If you are in Hamas and you've pressed a button on your missile launcher and the missile launcher has flown into a city and blown up kids, then you've killed kids. You're a child murderer. For the rest of your life, you get to be a person who killed kids. If you are the president of Israel or in the military in Israel or a soldier in Israel and you pressed a button that made a bomb land on a city and killed kids, then you are a child murderer. It doesn't matter what the geography is that you live in. No matter what, if you kill kids, you are a child murderer. And being a child murderer is the worst thing you can be in this incarnation. There's a lot of shitty things you could be. You could be somebody who raps to folk guitar riffs. I would rather live on an island with 50 rapping folk guitar artists than one child murderer. Because the folk guitar artists, it's going to suck when they sit on the beach and do their glib rhymes talking about how great sunscreen smells when they're rubbing it into their girlfriend's back. But at least you're not going to have to constantly think in the back of your mind, holy shit, this psychopath thought something was worth killing kids. I don't want to be in a car with a child murderer. I don't want to be at a party with a child murderer. I don't want to be in a bathroom sitting, taking a dump in a stall next to a child murderer. And I sure as fuck don't want to listen to anything a child murderer has to say when he's explaining why he had to kill kids. I mean, sometimes it is interesting to listen to serial killers rationalize or explain why they killed kids. Here's an example. Listen to this. This is an interview with the serial killer Joseph Paul Franklin. This was a white supremacist serial killer, and this is him explaining why he killed some kids.
Do you think about those 2 boys in Cincinnati?
No, I don't really think about them. I mean, I can't go back and think about the cases, individually. I have too much other problems, too much other things I have to focus on and worry about,
Those are 2 young boys, just 13 and 14 years old.
Yeah, it was, I regret the fact that I shot them now.
Why did you shoot them?
Well, I was just waiting, I was sitting on that railroad track, waiting for the first either interracial couple or black to walk by.
And what was your mission?
Well, to try to get a race war started, mixed race couples and blacks. I figured that once I started doing it and showed them how, other white supremacists would do the same thing, follow suit.
So you hope people would copy you?
I hope that other white nationalists would do the same thing.
Do you think you're a hero to those hate groups?
Well, that's what they tell me, I just felt like I was at war, and it was the survival of the white race was at stake, stuff like that,
Do you feel that way now?
No, not at all. No, I can see now I was wrong. It's wrong. Violence is wrong at any time,
Do you feel that way because you got caught?
No, not at all, no. As a matter of fact, it took me many, many years to change. I actually thought, as misguided as I was doing the will of God. I thought I was...
So what you're hearing there is a serial killer who has an awesome accent, Texas accent, always cool, and he's realized violence is always wrong. This is a racist serial killer who, prior to his death, seemingly has finally grokked that you shouldn't kill people, especially kids. Now, here's a chilling interview with someone who has also killed a bunch of kids, only the way he kills the kids is using an army and high-tech drones to do it, whereas this serial killer and most serial killers, Joseph Paul Franklin, he just used a simple gun on the railroad tracks. Here's another serial killer. This guy is using an army, government, and high-tech military weapons to kill kids. Let's listen to him.
Nevertheless, it is a hard fact that U.S. strikes have resulted in civilian casualties, a risk that exists in every war. And for the families of those civilians, no words or legal construct can justify their loss. For me and those in my chain of command, those deaths will haunt us.
The language of war is so creepy. It's way creepier than the serial killer we just listened to, just because the serial killer is like, yeah, I shot a couple of kids. Obama can't say, well, me and people in my chain of command accidentally killed kids. He calls them civilian casualties. But one thing he has in common with the serial killer is he feels bad about killing the kids. The difference is Obama hasn't figured out yet that violence is always wrong. Somehow in his brilliant presidential brain, the neurons haven't connected or fired yet that make it so that he is incapable of killing kids. But you don't have to be like that. You don't have to be like a serial killer. You can be like someone who doesn't kill kids. And if you find yourself standing on some battlefield and you look down and you see a weapon in your hand, just drop the weapon. Put your hands behind your back or your head. And when whoever you're working for is trying to get you to kill people walks up to you and says, hey, I need you to squeeze the trigger that's going to launch white phosphorus into a city, or I need you to remote control this drone that's going to blow up Bedouins who are sleeping in their tents, all you have to do is pick up your guitar, look them in the eye, and say, no, I don't kill kids. I don't care what their parents did. I'm not gonna turn them into hamburger meat. I'm not gonna blow them up in the street. I'm not gonna burn their baby feet with shrapnel shards and chemical heat.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Teacup Pig, and I'm gonna lay down some rhymes. Yeah. Yo, you gotta stop killing kids.
kill kids. It doesn't matter what their parents did. We're not gonna blow them up in the street. We're not gonna turn them into hamburger meat. We'll renounce our country and our land if it keeps baby blood off of our hands. 'Cause no, we don't kill kids. We don't kill kids.